April 12, 1861. Confederate forces fire on Fort Sumter. The Civil War has begun. The Union faces an impossible challenge. Fight the bloodiest war in American history while nearly bankrupt. Wall Street would provide the solution, and in doing so, war and finance became forever inseparable. When the Civil War started, the Union was broke. The federal government's annual revenue? About $50 million. The cost of the war? Over $3 million per day. Do the math. That's $1.1 billion per year needed. The Union had to raise 20 times their normal annual budget. Immediately, and sustain it for years, President Lincoln and Treasury Secretary Salmon P. Chase faced a crisis. How do you finance a massive war when you have no money? The Confederacy had the same problem, but worse. Their entire economy was based on cotton exports, and the Union blockade was cutting off their trade. The South tried selling bonds to Europe, but European investors were skeptical. Would the Confederacy even survive? The North had one major advantage: Wall Street, the financial infrastructure that had survived the Panic of 1857. Banks, investment firms, a functioning stock exchange. The Union would use all of it to win the war. Enter J. Cooke, a Philadelphia banker who would revolutionize war finance. In 1861, Cooke was a successful but unknown banker. By 1865, he'd be the most powerful financier in America. Treasury Secretary Chase had a problem. The government needed to sell millions in bonds to fund the war. But how do you convince regular Americans to lend money to a government that might lose? Traditional methods weren't working. Banks would buy some bonds, but not nearly enough. Chase needed someone who could sell bonds to the masses. He turned to J. Cooke. Cooke had a radical idea: market government bonds like a product. Use advertising, create urgency, appeal to patriotism. He launched the first modern mass marketing campaign in American history. Newspaper ads appeared everywhere. Support your country. Buy Union bonds. Your money helps defeat traitors. Safe investment plus patriotic duty. Cooke created a network of 2,500 salesmen across the North. They sold bonds in banks, shops, even door to door. Small denominations meant regular workers could invest. You didn't need to be wealthy to support the war effort. The psychology was brilliant. Buy bonds, and you're not just investing. You're a patriot. You're helping save the Union. Your neighbors will know you supported the cause. It worked beyond anyone's expectations. But bond sales alone weren't enough. The Union needed cash immediately. Congress passed the Legal Tender Act in February 1862. For the first time, the U.S. government would print paper money not backed by gold. These became known as greenbacks because of their green ink. Before this, most paper money was issued by private banks. Now the federal government was creating money directly. This was revolutionary and controversial. Critics said it was unconstitutional. You can't just print money. It'll cause inflation. They were right about inflation. Prices did rise. But Lincoln had no choice. Gold and silver reserves were limited. The war required immediate funding. Greenbacks solved the problem. By the war's end, over $450 million in greenbacks circulated. They lost value compared to gold-backed money, but they kept the Union Army fed, clothed, and armed. Without greenbacks, the Union likely loses the war. This established a crucial precedent. In times of crisis, governments can expand money supply. Every war since has used this lesson. Wall Street didn't just help the Union out of patriotism. They made fortunes. J. Cooke's firm earned massive commissions on bond sales. He became one of the richest men in America. Banks that financed war production earned huge profits. Arms manufacturers' stock prices soared. Railroads transporting troops and supplies saw revenues explode. The New York Stock Exchange remained open throughout the war. Trading actually increased. War creates winners and losers in the market. Smart investors made fortunes betting on the right industries. Some critics called it profiteering. Others said it was capitalism funding democracy's survival. Both were true. the relationship between war and Wall Street became permanent. Every major American war since has been financed through Wall Street. World War I, World War II, every conflict, Wall Street provides the capital. The government provides the returns. It's a partnership that's lasted 160 years. For better or worse, American military power is inseparable from financial power. While the North had Wall Street, the South had cotton. The Confederate strategy was simple. King cotton diplomacy. Europe needs our cotton. They'll support us or starve their textile mills. It failed completely. Britain and France stayed neutral. They found cotton elsewhere. Egypt, India. The South tried selling bonds in Europe. Some were purchased, but nowhere near enough. The Confederacy printed their own money, Confederate dollars, backed by hope. As the Union won battles, Confederate currency became worthless. By 1865, it took $1,000 Confederate dollars to buy what $1 bought in 1861. That's 99.9% inflation. Hyperinflation destroyed the Southern economy from within. Soldiers went unpaid. Supplies couldn't be purchased. The South lost the financial war before they lost the military one. The lesson was clear. Wars are won by money as much as by bullets. The side with better finance wins. The Civil War transformed American finance permanently. Before 1861, the federal government was small and weak financially. After 1865, it was a financial powerhouse. The Greenback experiment led to permanent paper currency. The national banking system was created during the war. This would eventually lead to the Federal Reserve in 1913. J. Cooke's mass marketing of bonds became the model. World War I Liberty bonds, World War II war bonds, all used Cooke's techniques. Wall Street proved it could mobilize capital on an unprecedented scale. This made America's rise to superpower status possible. You can't have a global military without global finance. The Civil War also showed the danger. The military financial complex was born in 1861. Every war since has enriched Wall Street while costing lives. It's an uncomfortable truth. The same system that saved the Union in 1865 financed every American war since. Some necessary, some not, but Wall Street always profits. The financial tools created to win the Civil War, government bonds, paper money, mass marketing, became permanent features of American capitalism. For better and worse, the Civil War wasn't just fought with guns and soldiers. It was fought with bonds and banks. Wall Street helped save the Union, and in return, gained permanent power over American government finance. The marriage between war and finance, forged in the crucible of 1861 to 1865, has never ended. This is Trade Origins, where money and power meet throughout history. Next time, the Panic of 1873, how the railroad boom after the Civil War created the next great crash. Subscribe to see how victory's prosperity became disaster. If the story showed you a side of the Civil War history books ignore, hit that like button and subscribe to Trade Origins. We're documenting how finance shapes history in ways most people never see. See you in the next one.